everybody. Welcome back to the Film Buds podcast. This is episode number 57, and my name is Henry.
Braden, I guess I'm going to go
Braden's
again.
back.
Braden's back with
Yay.
us
Yeah.
once again.
I'm Chloe.
And so thank you so much for joining us. The whole crew's back together.
Thank God.
Yeah. And today we're going to be talking about Mission Impossible Fallout. And then we're going to be doing, or I'm guessing just the two of us. Braden, you didn't catch.
No, it was
HSN.
Yeah.
Hot Summer Nights. Ooh, sorry. The
Crispy Mike.
Yeah. Which is the new A24 film that was just released. So we're going to be doing that as well. And
Braden can talk about all the movies he's seen and
Not
not
seen.
reviewed whilst we talk about
fine.
Hot Summer Nights.
I haven't seen anything other than Leave No Trace, which I absolutely loved. But
That's great.
yeah, I understand you didn't much care for it.
I didn't like it.
yeah, but and then just a lot of the usual stuff. So it's going to be a good show. How the heck is everybody? Braden, you've been gone the longest, so catch us up.
Not good.
Keep it light.
Yeah, I'm. Whoa, Crispy Mike. I'm in full rant mode today. It's not good.
Aw.
I had car problems last weekend, which is why I couldn't make it. But I mean, car problems. My car is old. It's expected. They're dealt with now. It's fine. It wasn't too much of an inconvenience. I use my
Yay.
dad's car. So that other than pretty much my entire last Sunday being ruined.
Was it like a secret good thing? Because you had to relax?
No, actually, but the day started off great.
Oh, that's good.
And then it quickly went downhill. The car actually was frustrating and annoying, but once it was dealt with, and it's done.
Ta-da.
It's done.
What an
A
adult.
car's a car,
Yeah, a car is a car. Once these things happen.
You can get an electric bike like my dad.
I'm not going out in an electric bike in this heat.
No.
Just spending just a few minutes out in the car trying to get the key to turn the ignition.
It was too
which-
much for you?
Man, it is friggin' hot out there.
It
Even
is
when it's not
friggin'
hot
hot.
out there, it's hot out
It's
there.
a hot, yeah.
It's a
it's
hot
not
summer
the heat,
day.
it's the humidity,
Yeah.
which I know is
I
stupid, but
concur. No, Braden, I can handle literally. I know this sounds a little much. I could do any weather. I think as long as no toes fall off and it's not humid. Those are my two requirements.
well, that's my problem. Is I'm not a big. I don't like heat. I was born in Maine. I'm a New Englander. I like cold weather.
That's
right?
where Hot Summer Nights takes place.
Really,
Right?
huh?
Cape Cod.
But it's filmed in Atlanta. It's your two places.
Weird. Weirdly.
Atlanta. Yeah. But oddly, yes. But two of my
Well, your
places.
movie's terrible, so
Mm.
spoiler alert.
Mm.
But it was.
See,
You got that
I'm
one
not
too,
that
eh?
biased. See?
That's good. I was worried.
Did you think I was gonna like it just because he was in it?
Yep.
Rude.
Braden, back me up here.
Sorry.
What? Who is?
No,
What?
no,
Timothy-
Braden. No, listen. Pause. Braden supports
Daniel
me.
Radcliffe, oh my god. Any movie
Excuse
he's in.
me. Braden supports me more than you do. He knows I have a brain and won't just like a movie because someone's in it that I like, right?
Harry Styles.
I don't like. He's only been in one movie anyway.
He actually was pretty good at it, I have to
He
admit.
was.
He was good in Dunkirk.
Also, I don't.
Dunkirk was a good
I don't
movie.
know why you think I like Harry Styles so much.
I don't think you do. It's just fun to,
Oh, okay. He's my what's his name? Director man.
Christopher Nolan.
No, I'm sorry, I lost it. The guy who did Transformers.
Oh, Michael Bay.
Braden to Michael Bay is Chloe to Harry Styles. I definitely win in that though.
Okay.
I didn't think you hated him with that kind of burning passion.
No, I like him. I'm
Yeah.
confused. We're all confused.
Oh, I hate Michael Bay. That's what I'm saying.
Oh. Henry's mad we're
Love
off
him.
topic,
Love
so
him.
we should get back on.
But okay, so back to my rant. So the car was irritating enough, but I mean, what the worst thing about it is, I had just gotten out of Leave No Trace. I went to see Leave No Trace, and then I got in my car. and
Where'd you
that's-
see it?
I saw it at the Chelsea.
Oh, that sucks. Okay.
That brings me to today. What is it with little old women sitting in movie theaters talking like
Dying.
it's their fucking living room
Yeah,
the whole
that's
time?
true.
Mm.
That's true.
Been there, man.
I mean,
And
I
they-
was in Leave No Trace for 10 minutes and I got up and yelled at these two women to
Did
shut
you?
up. Yeah,
Did you
I
really?
stood up and turned around and said, "Shut up."
Okay, so
and then
Braden,
sat back down.
low-key, that might be what we call karma, is why your car broke.
I don't think so. I don't think it had to do with the fact that my car is 20 years old.
Yeah.
And the ignition switch was
Especially
well
at the
past
Chelsea,
date.
have you dealt with the flashlight problem where they all bring actual flashlights and shine it in your face?
Yeah, well, that's a different thing. That's,
Wow.
but I mean, that brings me to today, which I went and saw Mission Impossible 12:30 today.
Yeah, people talk during that?
2 old women sitting in my aisle,
Who went to
opposite
Mission
end of the aisle,
Impossible?
and they were sitting and talking
Was
the whole
it the
time.
same two old women?
It may very well have been.
Was it actually the two old men from the Muppets?
Well, I mean, that's what, you know, when I stopped by the Chelsea to get an iced latte at Joe Van Gogh next door.
Yeah.
I grabbed myself a bottle of water, which I've got down here.
Great
Uh-huh.
place.
Bottle of water.
Great place.
Don't, what is this? Don't advertise bottled water.
Bottle of water.
It's like a sin.
Bottle
All right.
of water. Keeps you refreshed.
People
and
already
hydrated.
think I'm annoying, so just continue.
But, when I was leaving the Chelsea, I was talking to some of the employees there, and I was saying, yeah, it was like Emerson and Waldorf from the friggin' Muppets. But I mean, they just sat there and they just, and what was really stupid is if you go to Timberline, right? You guys have been to Timberline. You can go there,
Correct.
you can go there on a Tuesday at noon, and there are
Nobody.
3 people in the audience. 3 people, dead silent, nobody there, dark,
Yeah.
quiet, peaceful, you know, nice and cool.
Wonderful.
It's a decent movie watching situation, right? Unfortunately, it's an empty theater, but that's par for the course with most movie theaters these days.
Right.
But it's a good situation. And yet they still have employees, flashlight, key ring,
Yeah.
walking up and down the
Oh,
aisle
yeah.
I like that.
every 5 minutes. Well, it's good. But what was missing today in Mission Impossible when I needed somebody there to tell these old women to shut up?
That's funny.
So
No,
the
they
one
want to
time I go
anyway.
in and there's no employee checking on the audience, checking on and 2 old women just sitting there talking the whole time.
What'd you do?
I
Nada.
should have gotten up and yelled at them. I should have. I very well should have.
Yes, stand your ground, man.
But yeah, well,
That's funny.
I won't get into that in Florida. And
I knew you were gonna say that. Oh my god. Oh, Braden.
Okay. Well, yeah, well, I saw it last night with a pretty full theater, and I did have a family sitting behind me with a bunch of kids, and that father was explaining stuff
What
to
was
them, and
going
then
on?
they're also asking or giving out theories of their own.
Aw.
Like, why doesn't they defuse the 2 bombs at once? And
when did it become a normal thing to treat movie theaters like it's your living room?
I can answer the question. Are you
Well,
ready?
I mean, I have theories, but it's nutso. I mean, just go ahead.
Okay. My notion that it began with the rising popularity of outdoor movies. Makes sense. Makes sense. Yes,
to
it
a certain
does.
extent,
Maybe.
I think Netflix and home theaters are more to blame for this.
No.
Because outdoor movies is one thing, but you
Outdoor
don't get a
movies
lot
is
of.
free reign.
Yeah, but
You
it's
can do
not.
whatever you
I don't think
want.
that's as wide stream. Like,
You don't get a lot of outdoor movies.
No.
I go to outdoor
You
movie
go to-
every week almost.
but
At the
you're-
Lumina during the summer.
But you're
Yeah,
Chloe.
there's like
that's
6
not-
of them. Okay, excuse me for
Not in a-
liking experiences.
not in a bad way. But like,
Oh,
you're probably the only person I know that has gone to
Really?
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I don't
love
go to.
them.
I don't go to outdoor movies.
I like them more when they were free at the Lumina.
Well,
now they're not. So.
sure.
I mean, that's one of the reasons I don't go to outdoor movies.
But
First
no,
of
there's
all,
lots of free ones. Have you been to the?
heat-
No, you haven't. You
heat
should go to the
and-
goat one.
heat and mosquitoes
But
and
I
children.
love the
and-
heat and I love the children. Mosquitoes I can
Oh,
deal
God.
with. I love it.
the
I
big
love it
3.
all.
Yeah, heat, children, and mosquitoes.
Yeah. No thanks.
Even mosquitoes I kind of like, you know?
no.
You know what I mean?
Ooh, can't get me enough malaria.
No, but
Yeah. And all the scratching. Love it.
I don't scratch. I'm not a scratcher.
Why do you like them then?
Just the idea. Just like, no, not the idea. Just the, I just
The
like,
bugging?
no, I just,
The
how I
concept
am.
of blood
I like
sucking
my
parasites.
little snow globe
Yeah.
community type of deal, and mosquitoes are kind of a nice part of that in the summer. Everyone gets them,
Okay.
and you just. Also, it's the only things I kill, so there's my outlet.
Fair. Fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I still say it's more home theaters. The advent of Netflix and the fact that streaming services and people can sit at
But
home.
people
they
have
can
always done that.
Well, I mean, look at
With
this
the
TV, right?
VHS.
Well, look at this TV, right?
I watch a projector at home.
Which I have no issue with
What?
TVs like
Nothing.
this and that kind of thing. But people need to understand that there's a difference between being in a public space and being at home.
See, I like
And people
it.
don't seem to understand that.
You
that
like people talking
dichotomy.
in a theater.
I think it's cute.
Oh, I can't stand it. It
You
drives me.
sure?
It depends on the movie.
It
But
drives me batshit
like when we
crazy.
saw Incredibles 2, the only thing keeping me awake was those cute little kiddos.
Well, I agree. Like occasionally, a cute kid.
Mission Impossible, where they're like, "Oh my god, like how can
Yeah.
you do that?"
Yeah.
I'm kind of into that.
But like, if someone's if someone's behind you just having a conversation about, oh yeah, and I went to the grocery store today and had a fight. I don't. I mean, like, just like people just talking about random crap. Now, if they're like talking about the movie.
I don't like that. It depends on the film.
Exactly.
It depends on the
Right.
film. If I'm going to The Incredibles, I know there's going to be children. If I go to a Harry Potter film, I know there's going to be children. There's that expectation. You live with it. There's going to be children. Children are noisy. They don't fully understand social mores, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
These are adults. These are 70, 80-year-old
Right.
women I'm talking about. And they'll go and they will sit
Yeah.
and talk through the entirety
No, I definitely
of
know
a film.
Yeah.
And part and parcel of what I'm purchasing with the ticket is the immersive experience. And if they're sitting there
That's true.
talking the whole
Jabbering.
time, you
Yeah.
know, here's Tom Cruise hanging off the bottom of the helicopter and they're just,
Loved it.
what is he doing? Is he doing his own stunts? That must be, hey, how windy do you think it is up there? It must be cold. How is
Fair
he blacked
enough.
out?
Fair. Okay,
You know,
I heard it.
I
Right.
corrected. All
And
right, all right.
It takes you out of the whole thing. It's like when I
That's
went and
true.
saw Blade Runner 2049 on the big screen. And that was massively,
Did you?
yeah. Oh God, I love
Had
it.
no
It
idea.
was massively disappointing because there was a family, must have been 8, 10 of them sitting in front of me.
Mm.
And the kids were running up and down the aisle. First of all, you don't take kids to a film like that.
Well,
No,
yeah.
You
no,
don't.
no.
And secondly, if you do, you get them to shut the hell up and sit down.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, and going to a film like this, and then it just ruins the whole experience. It takes you out of the whole thing. And again, I understand there's certain situations where, fine, I go to a kid's film, I go to The Incredibles, I go to a Harry Potter film, I go to, any Disney Pixar film. Yes, that's going to happen. Even if I go to, say, a Star Wars or an Avengers movie, I have a certain tolerance because there are going to
No,
be some
you're
younger
right.
audience members.
You're right. You know why? Because what was it that I saw? Oh. Do you remember I saw First Reformed and that couple was like making out the whole time next to me? That I wasn't here for.
Sure.
So I get
So
it.
Where did you see First Reformed?
That's Tap Point.
Because apparently there was some couple that went to something at the Chelsea and they were standing in the hallway making out at some point.
In the hallway?
Yeah.
So that's not that bad.
Yeah.
I'm not here
well-
for PDA though, so
Exactly. I mean, that's not.
Yeah.
I'm not big on PDA, anyways.
I just picture
regardless
you
of the-
hitting, if you were there, just hit him with a broom till they leave.
Well, I'm gonna get a spray bottle
Oh, okay.
and just
Yeah.
Stop that.
it's like dealing with cats in heat. You just spray them until they
Yeah.
decouple and scurry off into the night.
Yeah.
Wow. So,
Well, I guess
ask me how I was.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I said, how the
Oh.
heck are you?
Well, okay. You ready? I have a good story.
Okay.
You ready? So my dad's cousin is a dentist, so he, I don't know what they call it, dental practice or whatever, in I don't remember where, Rhode Island. Is that the whatever? I don't know. Somewhere up there, right? That's where my dad is now.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
He's a tooth guy in some state somewhere.
Yeah, and my dad is there getting his mouth worked on and seeing his cousin. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, and my dad called me and he was like, told me the story how he was in the waiting room because his cousin works on him like when he's done with everybody else or whatever. And it's like, and so he looked up and he was like, he was like, I thought I saw Martin Scorsese in Scrubs. And then so he was like, to his cousin, he was like, that guy looked just like Martin Scorsese. And my dad's cousin was like, oh, that's his cousin or brother. I don't remember. His name is Frank. Frank Scorsese. And I said, oh my God. Yeah. So that's cool.
Gosh.
Isn't that cool?
I don't know quite what to make of that.
Sure. Well, if you're in the
He
area.
said, BTW, yesterday I was at his cousin's office and saw Martin Scorsese. It wasn't actually him, But it was his first cousin. They look alike. His name is Frank.
Imagine that.
They should get T-shirts printed.
Yeah.
Dental work by Frank Scorsese.
Yeah. So that's kind of funny.
Cool.
Yeah. That's my tidbit of the week.
All right.
I can't have grade A celebrity stories all the time. Sometimes it's going to be a dentist cousin.
Yeah, that was lacking from that conversation. What can you do?
Can't be Armie Hammer every week. Am I right, Braden? Braden, I met Armie Hammer in case you forgot.
No, I remember.
Yeah.
Well, cool. All right. Well, I guess we can.
How are you, Henry? You're good? Let's
I'm all
get
right.
started.
In the next few days, I'm hoping to find
I
out about the
know.
job, but who knows? Maybe not. I don't know what's happening, so haven't heard anything
What's
yet.
right will happen, Henry.
Yeah.
I don't really believe that, but I'll say it because you deserve it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, I'm just fine. So let's move on.
Very succinct.
Yeah. We can get into our first review, which is Mission Impossible Fallout. And we have a clip, so take a listen.
What do you think you're doing, Erica?
It may be your mission, but this is the CIA's plane. It doesn't take off without my say-so.
We need reliable intelligence, and we need it now. This scenario is precisely why the IMF exists.
The IMF is Halloween, Alan. A bunch of grown men in rubber masks playing trick-or-treat. And if he had held on to the plutonium in Berlin, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
And his team would be dead.
Yes, they would. That's the job. And that's why I want one of my own men on the scene to appraise the situation. Agent Walker, Special Activities.
His reputation precedes.
You use a scalpel. I prefer a hammer. My man goes where no one goes.
Henry's never edited anything in his life.
I know I just give this to some random person to edit. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways,
Oh.
Mission Impossible Fallout is written and directed by Christopher McQuarrie. Stars Tom Cruise, Henry Cavill, Ving Rhames, Simon Pegg.
Henry Cavill.
I think it's Cavill.
No, it's not. Is it Cavill or Cavill? Braden.
I don't care.
It's Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill, Cavill.
Cavill.
Sean Harris, Angela Bassett, Vanessa Kirby, Michelle Monaghan, Wes Bentley, Alec Baldwin. That's about it,
Wes
right?
Bentley.
Yeah, he's the husband near the end.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, crazy.
What? Did you say Simon Pegg? I'm
Yeah.
sure you did.
Yeah,
but
he
Oh, yeah.
said Simon Pegg.
he's my fave.
And the synopsis
awesome.
is Ethan Hunt and his IMF team, along with some familiar allies, race against time after a mission gone wrong. So, yeah, well, this one has been getting a lot of praise. You know, pretty huge. And so, what'd y'all think? Did it live up to the hype?
Yeah.
Did it? Yeah.
I didn't know there was hype, but I was like, dang.
It's
I
been getting-
was
yeah.
like, whoa, I actually really like this.
People have been saying it's one of the best action movies of all time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a little extra, but
It's a little
it
much.
was really good.
It's. I thought it was great. Braden?
Sorry, I was just looking at my IMDb page. There's all kinds of wacky stuff.
At yours?
Well, I mean, not mine, but
Braden
my
has.
IMDb page on my phone.
What wacky stuff?
No, I mean, I'm frankly not surprised. I thought best action movie of all time. I don't know. I mean, that's very high praise. You
I'd
know,
say it's one of the better ones I've seen in a long time, though.
Yeah.
It's up there against, Michael Bay films.
Mm.
And,
Harry Styles films.
Michael Bay is right up there. You
yeah,
know, gosh.
absolutely.
Cream
No,
of
I
the crop.
mean, I gotta say, I mean, these films are really good. I mean, the last three have been spectacular. What I always tell people, the first one was decent. It was worth watching. It was fun. The second one was a piece of garbage.
John Woo, right?
Yeah, that was,
Aw.
I don't know what happened to John
Called
Woo's
out.
career when he got to Hollywood, but it just oh, terrible. It was just cringy, painful, bad.
Mm.
And then the third one was quite good, but that was largely because of the acting, mostly Philip
Yeah.
Seymour Hoffman. I mean, it was well written, and there were
And
some good action sequences.
J.J. Abrams, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it was
JJ?
yeah.
J.J.
Well, he was
I've
involved-
only seen the previous
Well,
two
his
and this
production
one.
company, Bad Robot, has been doing them since.
He's
the
Bad
third one?
Robot?
Yeah.
I'm learning stuff.
Mhm.
There
Oh my
you go.
god. I can teach you something. Tom Cruise went to seminary school. He was going to be a priest.
Yeah, I did hear. Yeah, I heard that.
Dang it! I'll think of another one.
Okay.
Yeah, stay tuned.
But I mean, the third one was quite good. But, mostly again because
Philip?
of performances. Philip Seymour Hoffman. I also really like Billy Crudup and Lawrence Fishburne in it, although they had smaller.
And what's your
supporting
face?
roles.
What's that actress you like?
Maggie Q.
No, the one who's in The Americans.
Yeah, I love
Oh.
Carrie Russell.
Yeah, Carrie
Carrie
Russell.
Russell.
I knew
She's
I knew
in
someone
it
was in
very-
it because
Yeah, very
and I
briefly.
Yeah,
actually
unfortunately,
couldn't remember
but-
who it was.
Yeah, I did like her. She was. I
And
like
then-
her. She's really good in The Americans.
Yeah, and then Rogue Nation, which is Brad Bird.
Well, that's when it really.
I saw that one.
Mhm.
The series really got its footing. I think was Ghost Protocol, actually the fourth one.
Yeah.
And they found a template that works really well.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, just the really sort of nail biting cliffhanger action sequences, really good chase sequences. And they back it up with really actually sort of intriguing plot story stuff. I mean, it's
Yeah,
almost,
that's what I was thinking too.
well, it's almost like complex backstabbing cloak and dagger spy stuff on the level of like Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although this one,
More or
I
less.
would say that they played their hand a little early.
Yeah.
And I did know very early in the film who the bad guy was.
I liked that though because it was, to me, watching the trailer, I was like, oh, I bet he's bad. He or she, whatever. They're all
Yeah.
men anyway. He's bad. And then, so there you go. So that's why I like that they did it early, because that wasn't the thing they were relying on exactly.
Yeah, it was, they dropped some pretty major hints about it. I guess it wasn't quite like a twist. They didn't want it to be a twist because
Right.
that's gimmicky.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, I think they did want you sort of guessing,
Mm-hmm.
oh, what's going on,
Yeah.
So that's part of the fun of spy films like that is the uncertainty, who's double crossing whom, and all that kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
But no, I mean, this was. It's so funny because all the critics are acting like this is a big surprise. Oh, it's the best, great movie, summer action blockbuster thing, and oh, this is so unexpected. No, it's not unexpected. I mean, we'll just watch the last two. Just watch the last two films. They know what they're doing. They put together good products. They're good
Yeah.
films. They're solid. They're fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Are they the best?
Did
thing
anyone
ever?
catch the little meta joke in this?
No, maybe.
Okay, so this is the 6th installment, right?
Hmm.
And they're like, wait, were you MI6?
Boo, boo, boo.
There you go.
What?
Okay, so
How's
there's
that funny?
because it's MI6, Mission Impossible 6. Then there's a line in the movie where
Oh.
they say, "Wait, were you MI6?"
Oh, I get it now.
Get it?
But also, MI6 is a thing.
It is.
Yes,
The British military intelligence.
Yes, aware of this.
Okay,
of
how
the-
do you say they're
the
doing it on
agency.
purpose? Okay, yeah, that's funny.
No,
Hey,
it works.
hey.
It works on two levels.
Yeah, sorry.
It's an actual agency, and they were making a joke because
Yes.
of the film.
Yeah.
Yes.
We
They
missed
probably, I mean, in MI5, they probably had something like that as well.
We're
Because
dumbos.
there is an MI5.
That's
as
how we
well.
should check to see if it was intentional, if they did it last time, too.
Mm. Yeah. Who knows?
Worth going back and watching Rogue Nation?
Yeah, go do that, listeners.
I just watched all of them. Not all of them, just the last two and this one.
Mhm.
Because I wasn't going to go all the way back. I watched the YouTube things where they tell you what happened in the other ones. I said, wow, I feel like these new ones are a lot better. That mask ripping stuff.
Mhm.
What the heck was that?
Well, that's kind of what I like about this. Is it? And I think some of the critics have said this as well. And I think I generally agree with them on this point. Is some films they go back and make references to previous films, but it feels forced.
Yeah.
And this one, it just alluded to a lot of the earlier films
Yeah.
and brought in elements from the earlier films without necessarily making it sort of the focal point or a gimmick
Yes.
in it. It's just par for the course. This is a skill set that these guys have. And so obviously, let's not just go back to the same old
Yeah.
skill set. Let's use the skill set that we know that they have. I mean, this is something that they did back in number 3,
Mm-hmm.
the mask and the voice changer and the whole thing. And then,
Yeah.
they sort of did other things and then they did other plays and then bait and switch. I mean, it was really fascinating how they used it in this one. So they just took the elements from the other ones
Yeah.
and then just incorporated it, I think, very well in this one. It's not gimmicky or silly.
No.
Yeah.
So
But there was, yeah, well, that's right. Because like I always say, for a movie to be good, it has to be standalone good.
mhm.
But then there is other stuff. There's like, you get rewarded for having seen all of them.
Yes.
Because when I read about the original one, I was like, oh, what?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes even more sense.
Well, that's what's so cool about this one is it's both a standalone film,
Yeah.
and there are little. I hate to use the term Easter eggs, but there are little Easter eggy
What's wrong with
things in
Easter
it.
eggs, Braden?
I'm not a big fan of hard-boiled eggs. Never have liked them.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No, me
I
neither.
love them.
No, I'm not an egg guy.
Really?
No.
No.
I like
eat
them
eggs for breakfast
scrambled.
every day.
I like them scrambled. I like them over easy.
Oh, I can't
But
do
I just-
over easy for a second.
Really? Wow.
Okay, you don't understand. Okay, I have like a lot of
Hollandaise.
obsessive compulsive tendencies. All my food has to be separated, at least preferably separated. If I'm in public, I like tone it down. But like no over easy anything, like nothing like that at all. Like I won't.
You're missing out.
I don't even really do soup. Like I can't
There's
do
nothing better than a runny egg.
no pudding, nothing. Sometimes not even bananas because it's too similar. Yeah, we'll leave it. Let's leave it, Braden.
Okay. You're missing. I'm just saying you're missing out. Runny
No.
egg, good stuff.
Yeah.
But
well,
anyhow,
I like the movie a lot as well. I mean, I think this movie in particular and the whole series, it shows Tom Cruise is like the best action star. There's nobody else better, I don't think.
No. Also, it's because he's done it over so many years. Like, there's
Yeah,
still good
'cause
movies,
he's-
and it like doesn't matter that.
I mean, he's 54 now, I think, 53, and
Is he?
just the
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
he's
no
10
sp-
years younger than my mom.
he's
Yeah.
no spring chicken.
yeah.
Oh, Pamela's gonna hate you said that after I said he's 10 years younger than my
Yeah,
mom.
well, anyways, I mean, the amount that he does in this movie, stunt wise, is insane.
I know.
Like it's like you name it, and he does it in this
Well,
movie.
I mean, all the films. I remember the last one, hanging off the side of a
Yeah.
cargo plane. You know.
Yeah.
But this thing with the helicopter,
There's a helicopter.
Oh
There's the
my
free
God.
fall,
Yeah.
that was so cool.
the motorcycle chase,
Did you watch-
everything.
I watched the Anatomy of a Scene, and that Anatomy of a Scene that
Yeah.
Vanity Fair does. I watched the one about the drop or whatever, the skydiving.
Yeah.
And the cameraman had to do it too.
Well,
he
yeah.
had to.
Somebody's got to go down
I
there.
just don't think it's just crazy. Oh my god!
Did you see the James Corden thing where
Yeah.
Tom Cruise jumped with James Corden? That was
Yes.
good.
Oh yeah,
But-
I haven't actually watched
It's
that. but
good,
it
yeah.
keeps
You
popping
gotta-
up on my
that
YouTube.
Anatomy of a Scene. I said, I never would have thought of all this stuff they have to do.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah.
So good job, cameraman.
Yeah.
You go.
And yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, there's the
Ugh.
flying the helicopter. There's the hanging off the helicopter.
yeah.
I don't know
Uh,
who puts together these stunts, but I mean, their stunt crew is top notch.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're some of the best guys working the business now.
Yeah. Although there is one action scene I will say, not stunt wise, but kind of feeling a little derivative. You know, the ambush on the near the water.
Oh yes.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
A little Dark Knighty. A little Dark Knighty.
What's wrong with that?
It's the same type of convoy. It's in the same
Yeah.
type of environment, and it gets knocked into the water just like the
true.
one in the Dark Knight. I was like,
mean,
all right, come on, Chris.
That
let's-
definitely isn't the standout for
Oh
me.
no.
I even
not
like
at
that
all.
bathroom one more.
Oh, the bathroom
Well,
fight is
yeah,
great
I've-
as well.
That was spectacular. I
Yeah.
mean, that's always been my favorite is the
bathroom
just the
ones?
melee fisticuff scenes.
Right.
I mean,
Fist-
that's why I like the Bourne series so much.
Yeah.
Right.
Is because there's not a lot of like big high-minded stunts like you get in Mission Impossible.
Great.
Which Mission Impossible, that's part and parcel of what they're doing. That's part of what the fun of the whole series.
Yeah.
But the Bourne series, I mean, they just nail. I'm thinking of
Great bathroom fight in Ultimatum. There's that one with it's no music. It's just like really close.
Well, I'm thinking of. I think it's the third one.
That's Ultimatum.
That's Ultimatum between him and the other the CIA operative who sets the bomb in Morocco.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh,
Where
right.
he
They
ends
end up in a
He ends
bathroom.
up strangling him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That fight
This
scene
is
is
like-
so intense and
Great.
it's so. I
Like
mean, they
two
pick up the
people
phone
fall
book and one dude's
And
fighting
there's
with
the
the
pen, there's
candlestick.
the pen fight in the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
I mean, the fight scenes are just absolutely astounding. I mean, it's their actual brutal, life or death type of sequences, and they did that I think really well with the bathroom scene in this one.
Yeah.
So
I liked it. And I liked all the characters.
yeah, well, that's what
Well-rounded characters. I said, wow,
That's-
I'm in.
that's what really brings me into this. Is
And
like the characters
yeah.
are all so distinct, and they're
Yeah.
archetypes to an extent, yes,
Right.
but when they reintroduced Ving
I
Rhames
see
into
what
the
you mean.
series after Benji, after Simon Pegg's character was in,
Yeah.
and they've sort of taken the two of them in different directions.
Yeah.
And they complement one another, but they're not just carbon copies,
Right.
Yeah.
which is kind of cool.
And,
So-
and also, I think it's been a while since I've seen an action movie with so many good twists. There's a lot
I
of
know.
twists in this movie, and it really keeps you on your
And
toes.
I love a twist.
Yeah. Did y'all see the one near the beginning with
Yeah.
the
I know what you're talking about.
the you know the one with the news?
Oh yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
good.
that was. I mean, that's the thing is they do a good job with that, but I mean, you kind of see some of those things.
Yeah,
coming.
but it's
But there's
still
nothing
fun.
wrong with that,
It's still
yeah.
fun.
No,
I think in this
it's still
series
fun.
it's fun.
It's still
you know?
fun. Yeah,
It's great.
Yeah. I really actually, not usually my type of deal, but like I really liked it. And I liked the last two as well. And this one and the previous were the same director, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Christopher McQuarrie,
Yeah.
who also did I think he did Valkyrie, maybe.
Oh, really?
Maybe.
No
Maybe.
way.
Or is that the X-Men guy? Brian Singer.
No.
I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
remember.
I think it could be McQuarrie.
Okay.
Who did Ghost Protocol then? Do you know?
Brad Bird.
Brad Bird.
Okay, he's the one that did Incredibles. or
Incredibles,
something.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Yeah.
it all makes sense. Just kidding.
Aha.
Doesn't make
There
any
we go.
sense.
And yeah, I mean, but I liked Tom Cruise, of course. He rocks. And I really liked Henry Cavill. Is it is that the right
Cavill?
way? Cavill.
Cable.
Cable. I like Henry
It's
Cavill.
not Cable.
Cable.
I like Cable, and and yeah, I mean, I think his character has a lot of good twists and a good arc, and I think the fight towards the end is awesome.
Mhm.
Where there's the reveal and just the finale of that on
Yeah.
the cliff is awesome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, see, that's the thing about it is sometimes, sequences like that, action sequences like that would be a bit hokey and over the top, but for some reason, I don't know why Mission
works.
Impossible, it works.
Yeah,
Maybe it's because they mean it. Like Tom Cruise, he means everything he does. And maybe that like goes to the whole
Well,
cast.
that could be it. I mean,
And there's
the
like no
sincerity of-
CGI. So they're
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
actually experiencing it.
yeah.
Like that's cray.
Well, that's-
cray.
Yeah. I mean,
You
it is
know I'm
remarkable.
obsessed with the foot breaking. You know I am.
Foot breaking?
He broke his ankle.
Oh,
Oh,
You remember that?
No.
yeah. Well, you know
You
the.
don't, let me
didn't
tell
know
him. Oh
about
my
this.
god.
Oh
I'm
wait, no.
obsessed with it.
First of all, I will say the Tom Cruise run at the end,
Mhm.
like the best part of the movie. There's like a 5-minute montage of him running. So
Oh,
good.
was this in the Paris after the?
It's
the
he's
abduction
running
thing where-
after
On the roof.
Cable.
Oh,
Hey, hey,
right.
hey.
Cable.
Oh, actually, he says that in an interview
Yeah,
from
yeah.
like 6
He's-
months ago, so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Because they had okay, so they did all the press
Mhm.
like a hot minute ago because it was, you have to schedule. Like they're going to be on the Graham Norton show, you schedule it, right?
Yeah.
But they had to stop filming for 6 months because Tom Cruise broke his ankle because you have to look up the clip online, everybody. Okay, so it's fun. He's on the roof. He's chasing Henry.
Cable.
Other
Cable.
Henry. Like,
It's
yeah.
a thing now.
So he's chasing, and he jumps, and you can kind of see it. It's the clip they used in the movie because they weren't going to do it all again. And you can see his ankle, literally, toes touch his shin. Like he breaks his ankle.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
And then he gets up and keeps running, and he's like hobbling, but he keeps running. And in an interview, he was like, yeah, because he's like, I know I broke it. The minute I did, I knew I broke it, but we weren't going to do it again. We had to get it done, so we didn't have to. Oh my god, you're
He's
pro.
He rocks.
Dedicated
does
to his
rock.
craft. But
Oh
then
my
again, if you
God.
know you've got top-notch medical service, then medical
Still,
Still though.
oh my god,
I don't see
start
The Rock
crying.
doing that. I don't see Jason Statham or The Rock doing that.
care. All I gotta
Breaking
say,
stuff.
all I gotta say,
just doing what he does.
all I gotta say, Jackie Chan.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm just saying, it's not a
Okay, Tom Cruise.
competition.
Jackie Chan was the 90s, early 2000s.
Oh, he was the original
guy.
one. I mean,
Yeah.
Bruce
if
Lee.
you watch,
Tom Cruise is the action star of our time.
yeah, I don't know about Bruce Lee, but I mean, Jackie Chan. This was something that you saw how much he suffered for what he was doing. You watch any of the old films that he did back in Hong Kong,
Yeah.
and I mean, they would have all the outtakes from his
Yeah.
stunt sequences through the credits at the end of the film. And I mean, it was.
Oh, did they really?
I mean, it was almost like a running tally of how many bones did Jackie Chan break throughout the filming.
Wow.
I mean, multiple ribs and
You know
his
how many
arm
bones
and his
I've
shoulder,
broken?
his collarbone and his knees and his, I mean,
This
he's
is a fun game. Don't roll your eyes. Guess how many bones I broke.
which is not to diminish what Tom Cruise has gone through. It's just that, Jackie Chan.
Oh yeah,
My guess for you is you've broken 0 bones.
correct.
You've broken. Okay, my heart's telling me 2,
Braden's had an accident or two, I bet.
but I want to say. Wait, have you broken 2 bones?
One.
One? Dang it.
One,
Did you
but
break
it
it in
didn't
two
heal
places?
properly.
All right, that counts.
Yeah,
Guess
I
how many I've
basically
broken?
did broke it in two places.
See,
you know how
I'm a
it goes down?
master.
There's a radius in the ulna and it goes down.
Correct.
And there's the bulbs on the end.
Yeah.
Both of those popped off.
I would
Guess
see
how many
Yeah.
bones I've broken.
5. I could see you being pretty klutzy.
24.
Don't make me look stupid by saying 24.
He's like, she's like glass and
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan.
That trailer. I don't know. Okay.
M. Night Shyamalan
I've
had been
broken.
gone.
Well, I've had more breaks than this, but like you said, one, but in multiple places.
Hmm.
I've had 12 incidents.
Good
Probably like 30 breaks though.
Good lord.
Yeah. And guess how many
Are you
have
like
come
a baby bird?
Guess how
Like-
many have come out of my skin? No, I just do crazy stupid things.
Compound fractures?
Guess how many have come out of the skin?
I don't want to know. I hate
Um,
compound fractures. Freak me right the hell out.
I say 40% of them.
Well, 4, so you were kind of close.
Okay.
Yeah, because of the number 4.
That's really
But-
cool.
What are you doing that you've got multiple breaks?
Yeah,
with-
Chloe, your life doesn't seem that crazy.
I mean, soccer can be a
I
rough
keep a
sport,
lot to
but
myself. No, I've never broken. Actually, no, I've broken just one bone playing soccer.
well, see, you
I
want to know
played
the
soccer. I
stupid
played
thing?
goalie once, and I broke my arm.
I played
Somebody stepped
lacrosse
on it.
and ice hockey through
Each.
most of middle school and
Yeah.
high school, and I did get a bruised kidney once playing lacrosse. It's no laughing matter. If you're up most of the night urinating blood,
Ew. Well, there you
I don't
go.
know why a bruised kidney is so
The
amusing.
maturity of our friends.
Sorry, I've just never.
Braden, I'm very sorry about your bruised kidney.
Thank you.
I would never laugh.
I appreciate that, Henry.
I would never
Your
laugh.
concern is duly noted.
Mm. Chloe's, on the other hand,
Chloe, on the other hand,
not.
Sorry. Oh, that's really funny. I mean, it's not, but I've just never heard of a bruised kidney.
You haven't?
No.
I mean, it's a fairly.
It's a very real threat.
I've bruised a lot of rib. I've broken a rib. I didn't count that. Does
Well,
that count
when
as a
somebody
broken bone?
smashes
Bruised-
into
a
you
broken
and
rib?
you're
Yeah. Broken rib?
a broken rib is a broken rib.
Yeah, it's a bone.
All right, 13. Sorry, I'm sorry, Braden.
That's okay.
I'm really sad for you. Oh, that's
No, I mean,
Yeah.
I was urinating
You
blood
have
for a
to.
night. I was in the hospital. They monitored me. I went home the next day.
yeah.
So other than, a little loss of blood and a little bit of nausea
Self-esteem?
No, it's cool to get. I mean, it's not kids.
I don't know if that's a
cool
good
to get
pickup line.
injured, but
no, it's not cool to get injured, but if you're going to get injured, get injured.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Get injured cool, guys.
One time,
Cool injuries.
one of the times I broke my arm. No, it was my collarbone I broke, and I told my teacher that I wrote with my left hand, which is the collarbone I broke.
Mhm.
So she would do all my work for me, which is
Ooh.
horrible.
That's
as
pretty
assistant teacher.
deceitful.
I know. I was a crappy kid.
That's pretty awful.
I know. I can't believe I did that. Oh, another fact about Tom Cruise. He's a lefty, but when he was little, he was made to write with his right hand.
There's a lot
Much
of
like
people.
Much like myself and my
Yeah.
grandfather.
There are a lot of people. For some reason, it was
Yeah.
like people who were left-handed were considered mentally deficient or something.
Yeah.
Like
So-
that's not. I'm not being.
And it gave my grandfather a stutter. And I have
Really?
a slight stutter. It was worse when I was little. Yeah.
Huh.
So
Hmm.
maybe that's a thing.
it
but anyway.
causes disconnect or disparity or something
Issues.
between the.
But it might
sides
open
of the
up it
brain.
might open up the mind in other ways. Look at Tom Cruise.
Well, the interesting thing about it is people who are left-handed are I don't
More
know why,
artistic.
but genetically they're more.
No, it's true.
Nice try.
It's
No.
on the brain. They know the part. Oh, whatever.
Maybe that might be, but
It's a
I mean,
thing. You never heard of that?
genetically left-handed people are more southpaws are more predisposed to be able to adapt to
Mhm.
working with their offhand.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's just a weird thing. I don't know why.
Yeah, I can write about the same with both hands. Yeah.
Cool.
True.
I can't.
And I eat with my left hand,
I do
And I
change
paint
my
with both
utensils,
hands.
and I.
but I do write with my right hand unless I'm thinking about it.
I
I'll
write
go
with
to
my
write with
right.
my right hand.
Yeah.
And I use the mouse pad with my right hand.
I batted left in baseball, though, but I do everything else with my right
Really?
hand. Yeah.
Hmm.
I had
Weird.
to learn to be ambidextrous for lacrosse. So
Makes sense.
Yeah.
not fully. I mean, but I can
Right,
use
right,
a
right.
stick in either hand. So
I can kick with my. Well, I can't now. Actually, I can now. It's confusing. I can kick with both feet if and when I'm able-bodied, which is about 5 minutes of my life so far.
Right.
Anyhow,
So.
back to the original story.
What was that?
Which was, I played lacrosse and ice hockey for many, many years, 8, 9 years or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Never broke anything. The worst I had was the bruise kidney. Don't laugh again.
And they slipped out in a banana peel.
And no, the one time I played basketball, like 20 something years,
man.
and the one time I played basketball fell down and smashed the shit out of my wrist.
Ugh.
I mean, it was, you see how you hold your hand like this and your arm goes whoop, like that, right? My arm, both the little balls at the end of, I think it was the radius, the one that turns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This thing?
And then, and then both the little thingies at the end of that popped off. And my hand, it went like this. My hand was shifted
That's
up like an inch or
horrible.
something. It was the most bizarre looking thing.
That's like
And
after
Mom-
Lockhart messes up Harry's arm. Man.
yeah, my mom probably saw his pictures somewhere. Oh no, I do have another break. I did break another bone, but it was a very minor thing. I dropped weights on my finger and mangled my
That
finger.
sucks. I feel you. I've broken like at probably every toe at least once, I would say. That's normal though.
I
Is
think
it?
I think I actually
Yes.
did break my
If you play
toes.
sports all the
It's-
time, you're gonna break.
I
Toes
played
and
I played
fingers.
sports for years and I didn't break anything.
I think I
You
broke.
weren't playing hard enough.
I played
Play
pretty
harder.
hard.
I think I broke something with my foot too, but I never went to the doctor to look at it, so my foot still
Yeah.
bothers me at times.
It's like my dad with his ankle. He broke it. Okay, he's gonna get, every single week he says, Chloe, you did a really good job, but you always get something wrong about our life story. So that happens every single time. But okay,
Sounds like your dad.
I'm pretty sure what happened was, so he was on the ski team in high school because he lived in Vermont, and the baseball team, and they were at the same time. He was like 2-timing the sports teams at his school, and he broke his ankle skiing, but he didn't go to the hospital or anything because he didn't want to get found out and kicked off the baseball team. So he just left it.
That's goofy.
Eesh.
But that's probably wrong, Gary,
Okay.
but I don't think so.
We'll find out next week.
Yeah.
Stay tuned, listeners.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Well, Mission Impossible. So, well, what else about the movie? I mean, I liked Henry Cable as the
It's a thing.
yeah.
Cable.
Yeah. I liked him quite a bit. And I think he kind of has a slightly over the top style. I think that's just kind of his style.
Mm.
But I think
He irritates me.
I think it worked for this. I mean, it felt
I don't know. I mean,
a little similar to his performance in Man from U.N.C.L.E., which I liked. So, I mean, I'm not like a huge fan of his, but I think he definitely has a good presence.
see, that's the thing is it's not like he's a bad actor or anything like
Henry Cavill rhymes with gavel.
that. Cable.
Cable.
It's not gavel.
It's totally
Don't
cable.
troll
It's
me.
Cable.
Totally cable. I don't know. I guess it just has to do with the fact that he's at all attached with DC.
Yeah, he's
And
Superman.
DC, it's just so
Although, I mean,
wretchedly bad.
other than
Wonder Woman, but again,
Well,
the
I
last
like-
15 minutes of Wonder Woman were so painful to watch.
I like Man of Steel. I thought the first
It was
hour,
okay.
I think the first hour and a half is pretty good. It's just kind of rogue Superman type character, but then the last hour is all just action.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder action, but I like the first hour and a half, and then I do like him as Superman, but he's just not given that much to do, really.
No. Well, I
Just
mean,
had to
that's
grow a mustache.
Right.
that's the thing is I haven't seen him in a lot of roles that I find to be all that interesting or challenging, and maybe that's it. Maybe he hasn't gotten a really good opportunity for a role that he can sink his teeth
He
into.
wants to play James Bond next.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck with that, Henry.
get Idris
I know.
Elba in there.
I know all the that would be amazing.
Yeah, it
That
would be.
good. He's very suave.
Idris
Very
Elba
suave.
is
He's
remarkable.
suave where Henry Cavill comes off as kind of pompous
Yeah.
to me.
Idris Elba
Yeah.
would be outstanding, but it's so hard to follow Daniel Craig, even given all the controversy and Daniel Craig saying, "I don't want to be James
We
Bond anymore."
love Daniel Craig.
Oh, he's so good as Bond.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
great.
He brought a depth to the character that I don't think
Uh-huh.
any of the previous Bonds did.
I agree.
So
Yeah. The real DC universe. Get it? Nope.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, Daniel Craig, DC.
oh right, Daniel Craig. DC.
Clever. We're just full of little jokes today. Well,
So little you miss them.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it was just a great movie. I mean, I think my only issue with it is it's a little long. It felt kind of long. I feel like there was in that moment where he does break his ankle in the movie, I feel like it almost felt like it was starting to wrap up, but there's still a lot of plot that needs to be dealt with. But luckily there's like the two kind of great set pieces at the end that kind of make up for it. But I think there were definitely a few lulls.
Where's Jeremy Renner? Tell me now.
I forget what happened to his character.
Nothing.
He was in Rogue Nation, maybe.
Yeah,
he was in two of them.
He was
the
in
two I watched.
Ghost Protocol, and he was in Rogue Nation,
Yeah.
and he just completely dropped out.
And then I said, where the F is Jeremy
Which is
Renner?
a shame, because I really like...
Well, I think for one, he was doing
Marvel stuff,
I believe.
but he wasn't even in that one.
Just Marvel stuff. Marvel stuff.
I
I have an idea,
Marvel.
but I think it's a spoiler if I say it. Also, I'm here for Angela Bassett.
Yeah. Oh, I love Angela Bassett.
Okay, can I say this?
I don't know what you're about to say.
Fair enough. I think a role in the next one might be filled by Angela Bassett or Jeremy Renner.
I would
see what I mean.
Well, it would make sense if Jeremy Renner takes over a certain position, which that's all I'll say. But it would make sense if Jeremy Renner takes over a certain position.
Yeah.
Given what the events that happened in this one.
Yeah.
So it would be nice if he returned. I like him. I like his character. He's really cool.
I love Jeremy Renner.
Well, I just like Jeremy Renner anyways.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
Yeah.
Aww.
So.
Yeah, it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, weird.
Definitely, met my expectations.
The lady
really.
from The Crown, she did a great job. I don't know her name. The White Widow.
Oh, yeah, Kirby. She was good too. Yeah.
Here for her. Yeah, I think she'll be back.
Yeah.
Unless she's dead. No spoilers. My bad.
I feel like they'll probably bring her back. Yeah.
Well, really the only issue that I had with it is that the sequence of events, how these things are plotted out, they all seem a bit formulaic now.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's always, something at the beginning, and then in the middle of the film, you've got to procure something to make some sort of trade somewhere.
Right.
And
That's fair.
that happened in number 3, that happened in number 4, that happened in and it's very formulaic now.
That's fair. I also didn't love how they handled the wife situation. I get it though. I get it. I just thought it was weird.
It's a little easy.
But also I'll say again, I still haven't seen the first ones.
The first one is
2.
absolutely worth watching. I would rather somebody shove hot spikes in my eyeballs than watch the second one again.
In the third one, they deal with...
I'm being hyperbolic,
in the third one, they deal with the wife,
yeah,
right?
I know. Well, that's kind of why I don't like... She just, comes back and goes and back and goes.
It was a little bit of an easy...
But apparently Tom Cruise asked for that to be resolved in this one.
Yeah.
He asked...
that's what
it is just kind of a loose thread.
Well, that's why I liked it is because you get a sense that, again, there's some continuity with regard to the story. Mm-hmm. It's not like just these people just sort of come in and drop out, this kind of thing. And
I always like Michelle Monaghan. So.
Monaghan.
Yeah, I do. That one I always say her name wrong.
Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Did you see how he jumped on that? Oh my God.
What? Anyways. No, but I agree with the... in terms of the plot, generic stuff, where actually I had more of an issue with, there's a scene in a bunker where Alec Baldwin shows up, and there's kind of a discussion of various plot points, and then there's some twists as well.
Yeah.
There's a point where I started to completely lose track of
it gets a little convoluted. It gets a little too close to Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, I think.
Braden's favorite movie.
Yeah.
It is a spectacular.
I do love it.
I love that film.
I love it.
Which I understand it's trying to keep people intrigued in terms of the storyline, in terms of the plot and what's going on, rather than it just being simply sort of weak Scotch tape to hold together the action sequences.
Mm-hmm.
And I think generally it does a very good job. The plot is actually solid. It's interesting. It does get a bit on the convoluted side at times, but again, I think that's part of the fun of it.
I think there are enough twists and enough good action that kind of balances out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
You should go on YouTube. You can watch half an hour of behind the scenes. You can see them doing it. And it's what the heck?
I kind of actually want to see that.
You gotta watch that. It's what the heck is happening?
The stunt sequences, the action sequences are so good.
And that really does add to it. I know, I'm kind of going against what I usually say of a movie done is what the movie's worth, right?
Right.
But on this level, it's dang, you can't help but think about it. It's like performance art in a way. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go see it.
Go see
and
it.
I bet it would be good in IMAX. So I just saw it at Regal. So
I'd hate to see it in 3D because everything sucks in 3D.
Yeah,
3D should be struck into records, but IMAX is
especially the sound. I think could help too. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. Well, any other thoughts?
86. That's my score.
All right.
Works for me.
I'm between a 4.5 and a 5. It did feel long, and so at times I was like, all right, let's wrap this up. But I'll go 4.5, but could definitely go up to a 5 on rewatch, and I'll rewatch it for sure.
Yeah, I go a solid 4, and again, the issues with it mainly for me were the formulaic and a little too convoluted for essentially being an action film. The twists, the turns, the convolutions with the plot are a little too.
I
steep.
like them.
They're fun. I mean, they keep you engaged, they keep you guessing, but at the same time, it's, if you know another action sequence is coming up in 10 minutes or something, you don't want to have to sit there and untangle.
Yeah. I was just like, let's just get to the action.
Which is not to say that
I give it 87.
It should be, it should be a stale, stupid, boring plot. But I think the other ones hit a good,
more of a happy medium there.
Yeah. There was cloak and dagger, there was backstabbing, double crossing,
fisticuffs,
spy stuff, but it never got to the point that you were kind of going, wait, who did what, and he's who now, and she's doing
that,
what
though.
there.
Whatever. I guess that's just more
that's what I was like, especially during that bunker scene.
Yeah.
Oh, I was watching going, oh my god, yes, okay. Oh, what? Yeah. Anyway.
Right. Okay, well,
Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy is a dramatic film, and so it makes a certain amount of sense there, plus, based on true events. But then, in a film like Mission Impossible, having too much convoluted plot, I think detracts from the action, because you're kind of, you've got to try to keep a running scorecard, and you don't know who's on whose side, and I don't know anyhow. So.
Agreed.
Too much confusion.
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess we can move on. Yeah, Chloe and I can talk about Hot Summer Nights.
My favorite movie of the year so far.
Right.
Just kidding.
Me too. And we should have a clip for this one as well, so take a listen.
You spending the summer with your Auntie Barb.
Sending me away for the summer. What a cliche.
So you're from here?
Yeah, wait. No.
Okay.
Okay.
Ew.
Hide this. You get high?
Can you take me home?
This look she gave me, man. Hey.
Hey, yourself.
I was hoping you'd show up.
Guess who got lucky?
I can't get her out of my mind. What would you say if I told you I wanted to start selling weed?
Okay. Oh, wait, hang on. Hot Summer Nights is written and directed by...
First time.
Yeah. First-time director Elijah Bynum.
He previously had written 2 episodes of The Blacklist, which really works for me because I always make fun of my dad for watching The Blacklist.
Right. And it stars Timothée
Chalamet,
Micah Monroe, Alex Rowe, Emery Cohen from Place Beyond the Pines,
and Brooklyn.
Maya Mitchell, William Fichtner. That's about it.
That is about it.
Yeah, and the plot synopsis is a boy comes of age during a summer he spends in Cape Cod. Just
Atlanta.
riveting.
Cape Cod, Atlanta.
Riveting.
Cape Cod, Atlanta.
Riveting synopsis there. So, this is 8/24. I was not looking forward to it. I was more curious about it.
I was extremely looking forward to it.
Because, I like this type of movie. It reminded me a little bit of Inherent Vice and some other movies like that. But
this is the thing. It was derivative.
Well, because it's that
so many good movies.
Yeah,
and it was just bad. It was like some bad PTA in there. It was some bad even Scorsese in there.
Definitely felt like Goodfellas
You know?
a little PTA as well. Yeah,
it was derivative is the word. Okay.
Derivative AF.
Derivative A. Oh my god, I'm so proud.
Yeah. Braden, way to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm hip with the kids.
Well,
Yeah.
I overall, I mean, I didn't think it was a horrendous movie, but overall, I was not crazy about it.
I thought it felt so empty.
I thought it was just a mess.
It was hot mess.
It really felt like a first time director, like just throwing everything he has just because it's his first movie.
But it was so empty. There was no emotion. None so. The saving grace of it,
Micah Monroe.
if you can even say that, was the acting was incredible. I think the acting was great.
It was pretty good.
The 4 leads and what's his name? Brooklyn guy. The guy who loses to Donal in Brooklyn.
Emery Coen.
Or wins, I don't remember. But anyway. And yeah, Emery Coen. The 5 of them were so good. Actually, I didn't really like Micah Monroe that much. She was definitely the lowest on the list. She was either good or not good.
She's from It Follows.
Yeah.
You didn't see It Follows?
She's Steve from Stranger Things' girlfriend. I'm sure that'll clarify everything for you. You've never seen It Follows?
The horror film?
What the heck?
Jeez, Brad, I thought you had.
That's weird.
Jeez.
Wait,
Anyway.
she's the girlfriend of Steve from...
She's not in the show. She's the real life girlfriend of Steve.
Oh,
Not helpful at all.
no.
I know. But no, she was definitely bottom of the good barrel, but definitely bottom. Alex Rowe was the shot. I was like, dang, you're good. I thought he was great.
Yeah.
And I really liked Maya Mitchell as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, I like Timmy. I'm not going to bring it up because I don't want the eye rolls, but he is one of a kind next to Caprio. Amazing.
Well,
And we'll probably get married, so you better be nice at the wedding.
I have no problems with him.
Oh,
yeah,
she was a Never Going Back. She was one of the girls in that, Maya Mitchell. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought she was really good.
Yeah, I did too.
She had
She's
a
great.
small role, but she pulled it out.
I haven't seen him in a lot. I did like him in Hostiles, but he was in it very briefly.
Very brief. He said he took the part because he just wanted to learn from Christian Bale, just being around him. And
Makes sense.
You
Makes
go.
sense. Christian Bale is a remarkable actor.
Yeah,
I
I just
mean,
think it's
you know.
impressive. He doesn't
Scott
have
Cooper,
an
not
inflated
so much.
ego, you know.
No,
what I
he
mean?
doesn't. That's a point in his.
Yeah,
That's a
Braden
good point.
approves of our future union.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I liked him in it. I did like Micah Monroe though, but I mean, I agree the
I
performances
liked her a
are.
lot of the time, but sometimes she did fall flat. Out of the ensemble, she was, I think, the weakest point.
Yeah.
You are the weakest link.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, I think just plot wise and style wise,
God awful.
I thought it was just a complete mess, and
The music too.
Yeah,
I really liked
everything was just cued to like pop culture montages and music, and it was just
all the stuff you'd
gross.
expect.
Yeah.
Even the stuff that could have been good was terrible because it was like, oh, he's just putting this in here because he know it should work. Like when they're at the cocaine guy's house.
Yeah.
The girl on the piano, like that could have been really cool, but it didn't work because the whole movie just didn't work.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
oh
it did just
gosh.
remind you of movies like this that are better.
It was also
So
pretty not feminist. I'm gonna say that the way they treated the female lead was like, really? Okay, that's cute. It's not cute. It's not. Also, what was the heck was with the narration? Also,
Yeah.
it's not a true story. They made up a hurricane. What the heck?
again, a kind of a Scorsese thing, not the hurricane,
The
montage.
narration? Oh, the montage. Yeah. Just what the f?
Or no, the narration. Sorry, the
Yeah,
narration.
but it just didn't work.
Yeah,
Because
exactly. Yeah,
How was it past? It was like
Because it's narrated by a character who you don't see until
the last.
The
but
last-
it's not a climactic.
It's not
moment
like a
when
big
you see
reveal
him.
or something.
It's just terrible.
Mm.
And okay, I don't think this is a. Oh, crap! I don't want to spoil it.
It's a really small movie.
It's a really small spoiler. Okay,
Spoilers ahead for this movie.
I went to. Okay, a big tip you get a lot, I think, in like writing classes in any capacity is they always say like, or at least what has stuck with me is like a character has to earn death. Like it can't just be a cop out, like killing someone off or whatever. You know what I mean? And
is
that's
it
really,
like a central character or just anyone?
you gotta earn it. You know, that's what they say.
Meaning that the character
As
does
the
something
writer.
significant or is somewhere serves in some significant capacity.
Yeah, it can't just be a easy.
Easy
Same.
win.
Sort of like
or
most
whatever.
of the notable deaths in Game of Thrones.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you read the series? Has anybody read the series? Besides
Yeah,
me?
my best friend Connor's read them. I
yeah,
tried.
but then you haven't.
I couldn't. Okay, Braden, I read a lot. I couldn't remember anything that was happening. And I kept having to flip back to the front
Braden's
where they
angry.
have all the... Braden, it literally lists the characters in the front. Like, they know that it's impossible to read and comprehend. Like, I tried and I can't do it. I watched the show. I'm sorry. It's the same as the
No,
show.
it's not.
It's not? I've heard
No.
it's really close.
No, especially now.
Well, that's because the
they're
books haven't come out
well
yet.
ahead of the books, but that's not
Well.
the series' fault.
Well,
I
sorry.
think the series has actually done a very good job considering they're out ahead of the books. I sort of stopped watching about season 3.
Really?
And then picked up the
Yeah.
last couple of seasons because
Oh, dang.
it started getting a little too it started getting a little too salacious and weird and naughty and, you know.
And also in drawn out as well.
Yeah.
It just felt
Really?
The last
very
two
filler.
seasons, it's moved at a much better pace. The
Yeah,
story's been more
that's true,
interesting.
that's
It's
true.
brought it back to more
And the last season's
political
coming out.
intrigue
Yeah.
and action and stuff
Yeah.
like that, rather than just being sort of naughty, salacious, courtesan, saucy wenches.
I
and,
didn't think
you
there was
know.
that much of that. Period. Maybe
Oh,
I
and
have.
some of them-
maybe I'm weird.
no. There's
Some of the middle seasons, it was pretty,
oh no,
Really? I've
there's a
seen it
lot.
all.
Yeah.
yeah.
I've seen it all.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I thought it
I
was
don't know.
pretty graphic.
I also watch it with my friends, so maybe we just like
You
talk
phased
over
out?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
You
I
sound
don't
like
know.
my mom. Whenever there's any like sexual stuff, she just starts talking about random stuff. 'cause
Oh, really?
Yeah, she hates that stuff.
Oh, I'm not really like that. It doesn't bother me.
Oh yeah, I was just making a little point. Anyways,
Yeah. What can I tell you?
but
I grew up in a very liberal household.
yeah,
There
same
would
here.
be we had life drawing. My mom hosted life drawing classes at our house every week.
Okay.
And so we would put a curtain up. Okay, you've been to my house.
Yeah.
You know how there's no doors anywhere?
Right.
So there's this big like entryway or whatever. And they put a curtain up and they'd have like obviously like nude models, right? And then people would be drawing them because that's the point.
Wow.
And we'd be watching Star Trek with my dad on the other side. And every week I was like, what's behind the like it was like Narnia is how I describe it. Like I
Yeah.
was like, I just wanted to know.
Bunch of nude people.
And then I finally made a break and I ran through, it was one nude person.
Oh,
What kind
okay.
of life drawing classes have you been to?
None.
And so I ran, I said, oh God. And I turned around and walked back.
Mm.
That's when I was 2. And it really stuck with me.
Never gotten over it.
Nope.
It's
Clearly.
scarred you for life.
Clearly.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, not too much else to say about it. It's just a little dull, a little messy,
No feeling for me, even with
a
the
little
good acting.
a little lacking of emotion. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
because
weight.
and
but-
it sucked.
You know, it's
And I love Timmy.
yeah.
Everybody knows that.
Timmy.
Oh God,
But I thought he was good in it. I mean,
He was really good in it,
I don't
but-
I don't love the guy, but he was good in it.
whatever. I also like that he'll play like crappy people. Like I like that he goes anywhere. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? He'll
He'll do it all.
Mm.
He will. He already has a very
Gosh,
versatile.
4 or 5 roles already. Gosh.
You need to shut your front door. He's had so many. I'm just saying, he takes interesting roles.
He does.
Like a lot of people in his position just go for I'm thinking of like Ansel Elgort because like they went to school together and everything. Like he takes the same like leading, like
Well, he was
broken, cute, whatever. Yes, every time. I'm just
And
saying.
so he's Baby Driver.
Baby
right?
Driver, yeah.
I'm just saying Timothy Chalamet takes chances, and I really like it.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
And this movie did not work very well, but like I said, I don't think that was because of him. Also, this was before they filmed this, way before Call Me by Your Name and stuff. So it was kind of early days. You know what I mean?
Mm.
As far as what he had access to, you know. But I do think that on top, I want to know how they got that cast because it's really good. But I guess a lot of them are up and comers, so I guess they were like they could cite that without
Yeah.
having the
Yeah.
The-
And A24 again,
whatever
they
to
kind
back
of
it
take
up.
chances. So
yeah.
Yeah.
you know.
Also,
Yeah.
it took place. I thought the whole time because I don't read stuff because it has the little like August 7th, whatever, which incidentally said like 1991, and I thought it took place in like 1981 because the soundtrack was from the 80s.
Mhm.
I said, what the heck? Because I was like, I'm loving all this music. And then it said it like went forward a few years to 1994 or something like that. I was like, what?
Should have been playing Nirvana.
Yeah.
Incongruities. So many
Lots of David
incongruities.
Bowie, which obviously he still was around doing stuff.
Yeah.
But it was, you know
not
what I
as-
mean?
Not as prime.
It was so weird. All the music, because I love the music, but it just was so
Yeah.
incongruous. It just made no sense. And I liked the way it was filmed. I do. But it wasn't particularly anything interesting.
It didn't add anything, and it didn't do anything to the story.
Honestly, as usual, it just comes down to the writing. If the writing was good, it would have been good. You know what I mean?
The writing just wasn't snappy enough, or
It was terrible.
Just not just
Everything,
poorly written overall.
Yeah, it's hard to communicate the level of bad writing that this movie is.
Yeah,
honestly,
and
and there's so many elements.
And it flips. It goes through things so quickly that there's no time
No
for
feeling.
it to resonate.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which is, I know I bring up, but in Inherent Vice, that's what it does so well. Is that
Right.
it's in this ridiculous world, but it gives a lot of time for every scene and character. So
Right. Really, I thought, and I was very excited for this movie, not just because of Timothée Chalamet.
Sure.
Because it's my kind of deal. Like I said when we saw the trailer, I was like, oh, it's going to turn dark. Like, I love that.
Yeah.
It's like a coming of age, and then all of a sudden you see the gravity of people's decisions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which this tried to do, but it failed so hard. Like, it was just
Really?
so bad.
Yeah.
there are no real repercussions to their decisions or anything like that? Or
They
is
were
it just that
too
it's-
much. It was
There's just nothing landed. It's
nothing
just,
landed.
yeah.
It's hard to that's what I'm saying. It's hard to explain because in theory, he used all the stuff that should work,
Mhm.
which perhaps it's why it didn't work because it was so kind of formulaic. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So yeah, did not, and the acting couldn't save it, which was really good. That's what I chose to focus on. Like, I thought Alex Rowe was surprised. Like, I was like, wow, I don't think I've ever seen anything with him before, and I really liked him.
I don't think so either.
But God,
Yeah.
and yeah, I really liked what's his name, Henchman.
Henchman.
Aubrey Cohen, whatever. Emery Cohen.
Yeah, and I think he has good versatility because he was in
Yeah.
Place Beyond the Pines.
I
as
didn't
this kind of
recognize
punk.
him. I've never recognized him from any. I find out after the fact
Yeah.
every time. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
So he's really an up and coming character actor, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and in Pines, he looks so different from what he looks like in Brooklyn.
I know.
So it's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not familiar with
he's a
this
real
guy.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Have you seen Brooklyn?
I haven't seen either of those.
I
films.
love
I
Brooklyn.
really want to see Place Beyond the Pines.
I love
Oh,
everything with
it's on-
Saoirse Ronan.
yeah.
You've
It's
never
on
seen Place
Netflix
Beyond the
now.
Pines?
Yeah, it's on Netflix now. I need to watch that.
Yeah,
Enemy is also on Netflix now.
No.
Yes,
don't
and
watch
Under the
it.
Skin as well.
Oh yeah.
No!
Yeah.
Well, I've got Under the Skin on
Be
DVD.
quiet.
So.
Nice.
Look, I'm covering up my heartbrokenness of not being able to rewatch a Timothée Chalamet movie. I don't need to hear about
You
Under
could
the
always
Skin.
rewatch it on mute and just kind of be doing other stuff while you.
What is the benefit of that?
I don't know. Technically, rewatching it, but
But why would I do that?
I don't know. To be close to him.
I'm not watching. I don't like him because he's cute.
You sure?
I think he's such a good actor.
Okay.
Was Hot Summer Nights released and was there a theatrical release for that?
If there was, it was very minimal.
Very limited.
I didn't
Huh.
find one. There's like nothing
maybe
on
in
it.
maybe in New York or LA, but
Maybe. No, because it's possible, but I looked when I was in New York for it and I didn't find it.
yeah.
So
I guess maybe they realized this wasn't
wasn't gonna do it.
no, it was a dud, so maybe
That sucks.
yeah,
Yeah. Just a trap. Really sucks.
a bummer.
It is a bummer.
I mean, because it could have been good.
Bummer,
Could have been a
dude.
cool little hidden gem, but
Yeah,
Not
it
really.
really could have, but just did not work.
yeah.
Wah, wah.
Also, I watched a Q&A, their Q&A from South by Southwest, and the director seems like an a-hole, so I didn't feel bad.
Great.
He does. God.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's rough.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right. Well, out of 5, I'll go 2.5. Not the worst thing I've ever seen, but not crazy about it.
I give it one of those times where, like, okay, I give it, this
Here
is
we go.
exactly what I give it.
Okay.
I give it that thing where, like, the guy you like asks you to prom, you're like,
Been
yes, and then you find out he sucks. And you're like, gosh darn it. I give it, to be more specific, I give it in Lady Bird when she goes to prom. Oh my god, with Timothée Chalamet? Which I really didn't even register with me when Lady Bird goes to prom with Kyle, and she's like, oh, Kyle actually sucks.
Uh-huh.
That's what I give this movie.
Okay.
Sad.
Sad. That's my rating. Sad.
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 Yeah.
Sad emoji.
Yeah.
Poop emoji.
Yeah.
No, not even. Is that Noel Gallagher?
Angry
Who
face
is that?
emoji. What? What are you talking about?
Who's that middle guy?
That's
Is that Legion?
Yeah, it's Legion. I forget
Dan
the actor's
Stevens?
name. Yes.
He looks like Noel Gallagher from here. Anyway.
I can
Or
kinda
Liam.
see it. Yeah.
Liam. He looks like a Gallagher.
I see that. I know.
Mm.
Are you Team Liam or Team Noel? I'm Team Liam.
I'm Team Oasis should just shut up and go away because they suck.
did. They broke up several years ago. Oh my God, was that Rain Man? I love Rain Man.
Oh yeah,
I just rewatched it.
Another good Tom Cruise one.
That was even that's one of my picks of the week because I rewatched it and I love it.
Oh, those
Edge
are
of Tomorrow.
Tom Cruise films.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Great film. Magnolia. Hated it.
Loved it.
Fucking
I think you should give it a rewatch, Braden. It's been a long time.
Not going to happen.
How you guys feel about Vanilla Sky?
Awful.
Really?
It's been a long time, but I wasn't crazy.
Vanilla
about
Sky is like a guilty pleasure. It's like a Dune. Like it's a guilty pleasure of mine for sure.
That's fair. I love him in Tropic Thunder.
We know.
Heck yeah.
Oh, he was great in Tropic Thunder.
So good.
Oh, he was so funny.
Yeah.
I know. I love Tom. I think it's hard to
He's great
dislike
in
Tom Cruise.
Eyes Wide Shut.
It is very hard to
Days of
dislike
Thunder.
him.
I don't like Eyes Wide Shut very much.
Of course you don't.
What do you mean?
It's
Of
not-
course I
it's not
don't.
your type
I
of
liked him a
movie.
lot. in
It's just
American
boring.
Okay, well.
I didn't like American Made.
Made. No?
No, she hated it.
Really?
Yeah.
I quite liked it.
Oh yeah, he's good in that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
He's
Yeah.
good in it. I don't like it though. I wish he'd go back to his old days sometimes.
I liked him in Jack Reacher as well.
Well, I mean,
Is
you
that
know,
the one
what
that
was
John
it? Color,
Krasinski's in now? Color of Money is one of my other picks of the week
Risky
because
Business.
I love Color of Money so much.
Yeah.
Top Gun.
Did you know
Yeah.
Did you know Tom Cruise has a house in Asheville?
Now I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Good for him. Okay, well, I guess any news to talk about?
Yes. Not really, but I have a list.
Okay.
Are you ready? Because
sure.
I didn't know if... No offense, Braden. I didn't know if you were going to come, so I had to prepare.
No, that's fair.
Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Oh, the new
Or
Coen Brothers
Scruggs.
film.
It was supposed to be an 8-part series on Netflix, but they put it all together and made it a movie.
Why?
Because I don't like them. We know
I love them.
this.
It's an 8-part series.
Blake T. Nelson is the main one.
I'm-
main guy.
Well,
Who?
Blake T. Nelson, the guy from Holes.
he was in Oh Brother
the
Where Art Thou?
face.
Yeah, Blake
The
Nelson.
face.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I prefer them to do a film rather than a show.
Really?
Yeah, I
What's
mean,
the difference?
Well, I mean,
look at Woody Allen's show. He has a few decent movies, but then when he did a show, it was horrendous.
No, because listen, it's the same stuff. They just crammed it all to make it a movie instead of the show.
I there's not a Coen Brothers movie I dislike, so I don't think that.
I mean, they don't write or direct, but they have acted as producers for Fargo, the TV show. So they do have a precedent for being involved with good TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they could go to Noah Hawley.
I don't think
Braden's
it,
getting lawyer
with
on
him.
it. I like it.
So I think they could pull that off.
Oh,
it's
I
just
agree.
obviously they have worked more in film
Yeah.
and medium, but that
They
doesn't.
might try to be getting those awards too.
it's just
never know.
It's just I prefer the
It's also
experience of watching
digital.
a movie
It's on digital.
like shot digitally.
Yeah.
Or,
It's their first time.
oh, okay. Well, no, but I mean, I just prefer the experience of watching a movie rather than a show. So.
Now this next one's interesting.
Okay.
Because I don't like Steve McQueen, the director, very much. We've discussed this.
Right, love him.
Shame, 12 Years a Slave, whatever.
Hunger.
He's
Yeah.
not, Hunger.
Well, he's
not
hit or
super
miss.
my deal, right?
He's hit or miss.
Yes.
Is
and
he?
he has,
Hunger.
yeah.
Well, Hunger. I mean, all of his films
Hunger's
are
good. Everybody
outstanding,
likes
but
Hunger.
but Hunger is remarkable.
Yeah.
12 Years a Slave was so brutal.
I knew he was going to say brutal. I'm excited.
So brutal.
It is.
Yeah, but
Which,
that's the
I mean,
idea, of
that's-
course. But
Well, I mean, that's the point is how do you cover a topic as heinous as slavery without it being a brutal film? But
right.
I think it's important. but I
TMI,
mean, at the same
Braden
time,
says.
But see, I mean,
Has anyone ever called you Bruden? Because you're broody sometimes.
I know, but I would.
Broody Braden.
It's like my dad used to call me. This really does not even make sense because obviously my name is not Claire, but he used to call me Clary, quite contrary because it's like Chloe and Mary put
It's a
together.
mouthful.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
No,
Because-
but I mean, what were we talking about?
oh, listen.
Steve McQueen
Listen.
and
Oh, no,
his
but
other films.
I-
What else has he done? Hunger.
Shame.
He's done
Shame, which
That's
is-
right,
which is
about
my
sex,
favorite,
Sex
yeah.
addiction. Right. I
Yeah.
haven't seen that.
So hit and miss, right? We're going
No.
to stick with this because he's paired himself with Gillian Flynn, who's also hit and miss. You know Gillian Flynn?
No.
Gone Girl, Sharp
Oh,
Objects
oh,
recently,
right,
Dark
right.
Places,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever
yeah,
it's
yeah.
called.
I'd say she's hits with just one miss, which is Dark Places.
Terrible.
Which wasn't
Wasn't
again,
her fault.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was the direction.
I've heard
I
the
haven't
last
read
one.
any of her books. I mean, Gone Girl as a film was good. Did she write the script for that?
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah.
Oh,
Gone,
So she
Gone Girl,
also
the
wrote the
book is
script for
good.
this, Widows, with Viola Davis
oh,
and the tall, pretty lady from
I love Viola Davis.
what's that with Henry Cavill and Armie Hammer?
Cable,
The Man from Uncle. You know what I'm talking about? She was a
Mm-hmm.
night manager. You know what I'm talking about?
Alicia Vikander?
No, the tall one. She's like 2 feet tall.
And she was in
Yeah, that lady.
Elizabeth Debicki?
Sure thing. This is like a jam-packed cast, okay?
Yeah.
Liam Neeson, I think very briefly, but still. Like, packed cast, and it's called Widows, and it looks pretty good, but I'm like, Steve McQueen, I don't know. Because it looks stupid at the end, but I'm not sure. It's about a robbery. It's all these women. Oh, and Michelle Rodriguez is in it. It's like all the wives of robbers. All their husbands die when they're robbing or whatever. And then they go to, and Daniel Kaluuya's in it. That's why I'm in.
Okay.
Anyway, so that could be interesting.
I don't know if there's, I don't think there's, Steve McQueen isn't really hit and miss. I think just objectively his films are good. I think,
don't know what that means.
I think if you personally just find them just like,
There's no booms in the shot. Is that what you mean?
there's no boom mics, thank God, but
Like
he
Harry
keeps
Potter.
those damn boom mics out of it.
I think
No, objectively, if you look at
Like-
them, they're all technically outstanding.
like we were
pieces of
talking
work,
about
but-
Kubrick a few weeks ago, and like you can appreciate him,
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean you have
yeah,
to connect
yeah,
with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then the next thing. You guys know what his Dark Materials is? The book series?
No.
Super popular. Okay, well, Lin-Manuel Miranda, James McAvoy, and Ruth Wilson. Heck yeah, it's going to be a TV show. Jack Thorne is at the helm. He did Cursed Child, so I'm like, but also, if JK believes in you, I do too. What's next? They're making a live-action CG Lady in
Didn't
the
get that
Tramp
one.
with Justin Theroux. What the heck? No one wants that. Next, Nick Jonas and Priyanka Chopra are married. No, they're engaged. They might be married now.
I don't care.
There's so many 2-month engagements happening, and it's really
God,
confusing.
I'm so glad Nick
Or
Jonah.
2 weeks.
Is
My
it Jonas
parents
or
got-
Jonah?
Jonas.
He's one
I'm
of the
so glad
Jonas
he's found
brothers.
someone.
I like Nick Jonas.
Okay.
My parents got engaged after knowing each other for a week.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, they met at my grandparents' wedding. P.S. My favorite Bollywood movie is called Kahani. Anyway, then now they're doing Charlie.
Is anyone following this here?
Rapid fire
Then
News.
they're doing a Charlie's Angels reboot. Elizabeth
I
Banks
did
is in
hear
charge
that.
of it. She's directing it. She's at the helm. I'm obsessed with her. And it's Kristen Stewart, Naomi Scott, and Ella Balinska from Midsummer Murders. I'm so here for
Okay.
all three of them.
Good show.
I mean, I like Elizabeth Banks, but I mean, she's done mostly silly stuff other than Love and Mercy.
Charlie's Angels is kind of silly.
Yeah, it's
And
kinda
I
silly.
guess Charlie's Angels is kind of, I don't know,
It's gonna be
why
great.
are they redoing that again?
It's gonna be great. And the person, Charlie's cast too, but I don't remember who it is, so sorry about that, everybody. What's next? I don't know. Let's
Get
see.
Brendan Fraser in
The
there.
Old Man and the Gun. The Gun? A Gun? I don't know.
Old
David
Man and the
Lowry's.
Gun. Yeah,
David
it's another
Lowry's
David
new
Lowery.
movie. Robert Redford. But
Robert
here's
Redford's
the
in it.
catch. Casey Affleck. Guess who's not gonna see it? Me. What
What
else
if we
got?
review it?
I won't see it.
That's fair.
I'm gonna pull a Brie
There you go.
Larson
Do a little.
when she didn't clap for him.
Right.
You go, girl. You right. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Barry Jenkins' new movie. Have you seen about this? You know Barry Jenkins? Moonlight?
No.
Moonlight
Moonlight?
director. Yeah.
You mean Moonlight as in,
movie
Moonlight.
Moonlight.
For some reason I was getting confused and thinking like Moonstruck. I was like, the movie from the 80s with Nicolas Cage
And Cher?
and Cher?
Tom Cruise dated Cher briefly.
Yep.
Okay. What else we got? Oh yeah, Barry Jenkins.
If I could
His new
turn
movie.
back time.
His new movie is If Beale Street Could Talk, where a pregnant woman in Harlem has to prove her husband innocent of a crime. But listen to this cast.
Oh, please tell me.
I don't know how to pronounce her name though.
Go for it.
Amanu Ellis. She's been in lots of stuff. Dave Franco, Ed Skrein or whatever his name is. Diego Luna, Regina King, Pedro Pascal, Finn Wittrock, Brian Tyree Henry, the guy from Atlanta. The list goes on.
I only got maybe 2 of those.
What?
Yeah.
Whatever. That's going to be great. I'm looking forward to that movie.
Okay.
Okay, that's it. Don't worry.
Good. There's your news for the week.
Thanks for sticking.
The Chloe hour.
Yay.
Thanks for sticking with
Yeah.
us.
Rude.
Yeah.
No one has.
No. Okay. Well.
Just kidding. You have, so thanks.
Wait, Chloe, did you have that actor studio thing.
yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we can move on to our mail this week, which is the filmbuds@gmail.com is the address that you can reach us. And also on Facebook at Filmbuds and on Twitter at Filmbuds and then on Facebook too. And so we didn't get mail this week, but
My dad has a question.
oh, cool. So we have one from her.
But it's a little political because that's how my family is.
We're used to it, I think.
Great. What is the best anti-war movie from your point of view? Mine is Dalton Trumbo's Johnny Got His Gun. How's that? BTW, Johnny Got His Gun is very hard to watch, but effective.
Braden, I think that's causing a little sound in the recording. Braden's currently rubbing his face.
If you got facial hair, you know,
Braden,
you got to do something with
Braden,
it.
it is very soft,
Oh,
I
you
know.
know which one I like? This
restrain
is
yourself.
such a... My dad and I are so in sync. Oh my god, this is such a tie-in. Mine will be Born on the 4th of July. Tom Cruise.
Tommy Cruise.
You know who inspired him to make that movie? Forever Bay.
There's like 20 of those.
No, I just blanked on his name and I feel really bad.
Great.
That's an
Paul
honor.
Newman. Paul Newman inspired him to make it because he was like, yo, what you do affects people. So
Yeah.
he's trying to make up for Top Gun by making this movie.
It's Oliver Stone.
Yeah, I don't like all
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I
But-
don't like Oliver Stone either. Although I do have to admit, I really did like Platoon.
It is great.
Yeah, Platoon.
But everything else he's done, I thought was just terrible.
I don't like the Doors movie, okay?
I hated the Doors movie.
And I love the Doors.
I
It's very
hated,
upsetting.
I hated Born on the 4th of July. I hated Natural Born Killers.
I
I mean,
hate
it's
Natural
just...
Born
I like
Killers,
that
too.
one.
Okay, low-key, I don't actually love Born on the 4th of July, but it was a really good tie-in, so I'm gonna say
Yeah.
That was great.
I am changing
great
my
story.
opinion because of the Tom Cruise
Yeah.
overlap.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I am, okay? Anti-war movies.
I mean, I have to
Thin
go
Red
with you.
Line.
Yeah, the Thin Red Line
okay,
was
that's a good
spectacular.
one.
I mean,
Terrence
Platoon
Malick,
is a
yeah.
good one. Apocalypse Now is a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, your dad hit the nail on the head there.
Of
How
course,
Johnny Got His Gun
It's a great
is just
movie.
remarkable. Yeah, very disturbing.
I'm sure there are more that I'm not thinking of. I'm more of the kind of after the fact kind of thing. Like some people would probably say, "Leave no trace" or whatever. I would.
I don't think that's anti-war.
In a
It's-
sense,
it's-
it is. I mean, the
it's-
father's
it's-
grappling
it-
with
it's-
a very
it's-
severe case
It's
of
dealing with
PTSD.
post-traumatic stress, but I don't think you walk out of that with an anti-war. I think it's more
No.
it's more of that current situation rather than what's
It's not.
happened to
Yeah,
them
it's not
in the
necessarily
past.
anti-war. It's more sort of how we need to take care of our veterans.
Yeah.
Proper health care.
Because there's always going to be
for our
war,
veterans.
unfortunately, and so I feel like it's it's a
if
hurt.
if anything, it's an indictment of the government for not
Yeah.
properly seeing to the welfare of our veterans.
Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket. That's
Is-
brilliant.
Is the Hurt Locker anti-war?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say the Hurt
I would
Locker
say
is,
so.
Because it's dealing with addiction.
Yeah.
I mean, in a
an
sense.
absolutely astounding
Grave
film.
of the Fireflies.
Oh yeah,
That's another one. Yeah.
yeah. Is Saving Private Ryan anti-war?
Yeah.
Oh, Dr. Strangelove. Duh.
Oh yeah.
Henry disagrees, but I think that's a pretty
Well-
firm
Well,
one.
that's.
Well-
I would be getting into semantics. I'll say yeah. That's
Well, I mean,
anti-war.
is every war movie anti-war? I don't think so.
Nuh-uh. No Clint Eastwood war movies anti-war.
Yeah, well,
Those
that's
are
the thing
all-
is
Well,
everybody would
I-
say American Sniper was more propagandistic.
I would say Letters from Iwo Jima and Flags of Our Fathers feels anti-war
Yeah.
because it is dealing with the stress afterwards as
Match
well as the war
movie
itself.
according to the web. You know, my dad's best friend growing up, Gail, her dad created MASH.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I know.
But I mean,
Robert Altman? What?
I don't know his name.
to find out next week.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Catch 22,
Oh yeah,
The
that's
Great
a brilliant.
Dictator.
I saw that. God, I saw Catch 22
Brilliant
when I was
film.
like 10 years old.
Really?
Yeah, that
Me
was a
too, buddy.
Difficult film to process. I
What
need
about-
to go read the book.
I
by
hated the
Joseph
book
Heck.
though.
Really?
Sorry, I just didn't like the way it was written. I
Oh.
guess.
What about
I'm-
Apocalypse Now?
Yeah. of
Oh, I mentioned
course.
that one.
You did? Oh.
Yeah.
Francis Ford Coppola.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I
yeah.
I think it is an interesting discussion dealing with war movies because what about Hacksaw Ridge?
I never saw it.
I never saw that, but I think that would be.
I mean, because it's, yes, every war movie's going to deal with the carnage, but again, I also don't think that everyone is dealing with it being anti-war. Some of it just shows the carnage, but deals with other issues.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the question. That's the difficult thing. Is it necessarily anti-war? Or is it pushing? That's the question with sort of what I was running up against with Dr. Strangelove is because it's that's not war. And I mean, there's a whole
Bureaucracy
slew
or
of
whatever.
no,
Government.
it's not even that. It's a whole slew of stuff about, because if you've got nuclear armed countries facing off against one another, that's not conflict. That's just utter annihilation. That's mutually assured destruction, right? And so that's not war in a traditional or rather restricted or conservative sense.
I see what you mean.
Right?
Yeah.
And so there are other questions about some of these other films that are they necessarily anti-war, or are they tackling with other situations like socio-political, whatever,
Right.
and within the context of armed conflict. I don't know. Johnny Got His Gun, that's obviously anti-war.
Yes.
But some of these other things, I mean, I'm trying to, like Hacksaw Ridge, is that necessarily anti-war?
I wouldn't call it anti-war.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
it's,
like
it's
Platoon, I think definitely feels kind of anti-war.
Yeah.
Because it's showing like everyone hating themselves and just
and the
not
toll
wanting to be there.
that it takes on people when they're involved in it. But I mean, it's still by extension, it begs the question.
Right.
Is it anti-war, or is it simply showing the psychological toll of these conflicts on people? And
But also,
is it,
ultimately, what's the difference?
well, that's my question. Is by extension, do you move to the logical conclusion this is anti-war, or do you say?
Well, I think
Some people would, some people wouldn't.
And I think in reality, yes, it's the same thing, but not
not in current.
not cinematically.
Yeah.
Ah, I see.
Because well, I mean, I think Thin Red Line is definitely one, like we had mentioned.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is, but I mean, yeah, and then I think Saving Private Ryan, at least towards the end, it feels like you're seeing people kind of break down and ask why it's happening.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's hard to make
There we go.
a good war movie that feels not like it's just showing carnage for the sake of it.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Gary.
So, Henry, I think I should override and we should do the thing that I sent you for when I was in Mexico, but I wasn't, but I sent it a day late.
I want to eat.
Why?
Yeah, Braden's got to eat.
It's the last one, Braden.
Throw Braden a bone.
It's really bad.
here.
It's quick
I'm
fire.
hungry.
It's quick fire. It was this or the Inside the Actor's Studio, which is way longer. Okay, ready? Dumbledore or Gandalf?
Gandalf.
Whatever. Scorsese or Fellini?
Scorsese.
Thank God. Michelle Williams or Michelle Williams?
Neither.
Neither?
Blue Valentine.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's Michelle Williams, number one. The other one's Destiny's Child, Michelle Williams. Hermione or Sabrina?
Who?
Hermione or Sabrina?
Who's Sabrina?
The Teenage Witch, Melissa Joan Hart, the best show of all time.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go with Sabrina.
Okay, cool.
Didn't see
I
it.
like Hermione.
Didn't
I
see
like
it.
Harry Potter, but again, Sabrina for me, that's a nostalgic thing.
It's so good. It's the best show
Melissa
ever.
Joan Hart.
You're a real Salem to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Jean-Luc Godard or Howard Hawks?
Howard Hawks.
Really?
Who's Howard Hawks?
He did Red River, and he did some other stuff.
Okay.
All
He
right.
did Red River and other things.
Channing Tatum or Tatum O'Neal? You see what I did there?
What?
Channing Tatum or Tatum O'Neal?
Who's that?
The youngest person to be nominated for an Oscar from Paper Moon, Ryan O'Neal's daughter.
Oh.
Whatever.
Was he? I thought Kavinjane Wallace was the youngest person to be nominated
Maybe
for
now.
an Oscar.
Yeah. Get
I
your
don't think
facts
so.
straight.
No, she was like 8.
Yeah.
How old was Wallace?
Kavinjane Wallace, she was really young.
Well, I'll look it up later. Okay. Faulty Towers or The Office?
Faulty Towers.
The Office.
Oh, heck yeah. High five,
High
Braden.
five.
You just called The Office last week the best show of all time.
It is, because I forgot about Faulty Towers.
Jesus
Faulty
Christ.
Towers.
They're
way
both
better.
the best. They're the two best shows of all
Anarchy.
time.
Faulty Towers. best
Raging
in
Bull
it.
or 12 Angry Men?
What was the first one?
Raging Bull.
Raging Bull or 12 Angry Men?
Raging
12
Bull.
Angry Men.
I'm team... High five, Henry. Okay.
Sides are being drawn here.
Cinema Paradiso or Hugo?
Oh, Hugo. I love
Cinema
it.
Paradiso.
Oh, high five, Braden. Okay.
Hugo rocks.
Beyonce or Jennifer Hudson, or the third one from Dreamgirls?
Who's the first one?
Beyonce!
I
Beyonce
didn't-
Carter
You're
Knowles!
talking so quickly I can't process it.
Jennifer Hudson.
Beyonce.
High
Always.
five, Henry. Always! I do love Jennifer Hudson, though. Okay.
I
It
guess.
sequel or Mamma Mia sequel? That's a stupid... Why'd I put that?
That's dumb.
Obviously
That's
it.
dumb.
Get that out of
Sorry.
here. Garbage.
Get
Okay.
Wrong.
Yoda or
Sad.
Kermit?
Oh, God.
Uh,
Damn you. Evil question.
I'll go Kermit.
Yeah, I'm
Kermit.
gonna go Kermit.
See, that was fun, Braden. That was a different kind of
I liked
nourishment.
Yoda. Yeah, I liked Yoda, but
Those were good, right?
But Kermit is
Couple of them.
Whatever. Is that the end of the
Somebody's
show?
correct.
Oh,
No,
we
yeah,
have
picks
picks of the week.
Picks of the week.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, there's your mail. So the filmbudspodcast at gmail.com
Literally my
is the
mail.
address. Yeah. But really, if you're a new listener or an old one, feel free to keep send us messages.
Wow. And rate the show, please.
Yeah. And I think we did. Yeah.
I don't have too much pride to say
We
it.
got some new.
Jonathan Van Ness asked,
Like
so
us
I
and
will.
subscribe.
Yeah. Please
Isn't
do.
that what they always say on podcasts? Like us and subscribe.
Do
Yeah.
they? That's
I don't know.
YouTube.
Is it?
No, you
Yeah.
you can subscribe to.
You
podcasts.
can't like it, though.
You can rate
It's
it.
definitely YouTube. Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
Anyways, so
thank you for your patronage.
thanks for that. Yeah, and feel free to do that. Anyways, we'll do our picks of the week now. Okay, well, I just have, I think, maybe two, but I rewatched Ready Player One on 4K.
Mm-hmm.
Still like it a lot. I think it's just a fun adventure movie. And I know some people criticize the visuals. I actually really like the visuals.
I like the visuals, too.
It was
It's
colorful.
intentional.
And I just love Spielberg's direction dealing with the style of it. And so it's I think it's,
War of the Worlds.
there you go. Great
I
movie.
did like his War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise.
That's why I said it.
Yes.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, and so it's a nice, just refreshing adventure movie.
Yeah.
And
Pulling the Chloe.
this is actually interesting. So I watched Kurt Cobain Montage of Heck, which is the
Oh, it's by the fellow that did. Oh, geez,
Brett-
what was the
Brett
film
something?
that just came out that
Sumner?
he directed?
yeah
I don't know. That just popped into my head.
Brett something. But anyways, this is about the titular musician Kurt Cobain, and I've never listened to Nirvana that much, although I definitely appreciate and respect Kurt Cobain. Although I have been listening to some of Courtney Love's.
Played back and forth here.
Huh? It's Courtney Love's work, which is interesting. But it's
Hole or
huh?
Hole
Whole and just her solo stuff.
and her solo stuff.
Yeah, which
Oh.
I like. I mean, it's kind of just like a female version of Nirvana. It's cool, but it is kind of showing Kurt Cobain's very troubled life but also very kind of amazing life at the same time. Just what he was able to do for music and his mind, and kind of going into music and lyrics and everything. And it's at times hard to watch, kind of like with Amy, but it's pretty awesome, and the footage is great as well. And so, I mean, and again, you don't even have to be a fan at all of that type of music or of Nirvana itself to enjoy it. It's just a great music documentary. So, yeah, I think you can rent that on Amazon, wherever else. I don't know.
Wow.
You do the work. But I think that's it for me.
You want me? Okay. Let's see. I have a list again because I always forget. Okay, I've been rewatching Grantchester because I've been busy at work, and Grantchester
my mom likes that
relaxes
show,
me.
yeah.
I love Grantchester.
She loves the guy. in
Yeah,
it.
That's basically
What is
why I
that?
watch it.
I've
It's
never
a-
even
it's
heard
a-
of
it's
that
a
before.
PBS.
He's the real Timothy Chalamet. Yeah,
Sure, it's a PBS like a mystery.
it's a mystery. It's a masterpiece mystery.
Masterpiece.
Oh.
Yeah.
Grantchester.
Huh.
It's really good.
It's pretty solid,
It's like
yeah.
what you would think. It's like the small English town, but he's like Father Brown young or something, except
What,
it's the same time.
Is it sort of a period piece thing?
Yeah,
or is
it's
this
the early 50s.
early.
Yeah,
50s?
it's that kind of
Huh.
classic masterpiece.
Or mid 50s. Anyway, it's really good. So,
So it's like a Miss Marple's Agatha Christie type.
Yeah.
Thing?
Yeah.
he's a young vicar with some issues, but he likes to solve murders. And it's
On
a
the
really
side.
nice show. I love it so much, not just because he's cute, because
Does he-
other
Does he
reasons.
tipple?
Of course he does.
Yeah.
Yes. You
He's the
got
vicar.
it.
He's the vicar.
James Norton, he's married to the lady from Beast. Who knew? I did.
Oh.
That's why I told you. They were in Prime Prejudice together.
Okay.
The lady
Lily
from
James.
Beast,
The actress
Yeah.
in Beast.
the young redheaded woman.
Yeah.
Really? I
Mhm.
loved her. She was awesome.
Yeah, she is.
They're a great pair. What can I tell you?
The guy that played Pascal was also quite good.
Oh, I just saw him in something.
Was
oh,
it-
Oh, he was,
was
in.
it-
He was in Clouds of Salt Maria.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
really?
he was.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very
He's also
briefly.
in Lovesick, which you should watch as well. You'd like it.
Haven't seen that.
Okay, it was originally called Squirtle Recall in England, and
Yikes.
they changed the name to Lovesick, which is a
Yikes.
little funnier. But anyway, yeah, I know. Okay, then I watched. This is a twist. Is it called Little Hours? The Aubrey Plaza. Dave
Yes,
Franco.
I've been wanting to watch that.
That was actually kind of funny. Like, it was a little much for me, but like it was what I needed at the moment. I like the way it was filmed. It took from
What
a lot
is
of.
this?
It took
It's
from like Blazing Saddles. It was that kind of
It's
thing.
it's a set in a convent, right?
Yeah.
It's like a satire comedy set in a convent.
I mean, it is really stupid, But it's really, like, I think it was entertaining enough to watch.
It's one of those, like, kind of dark.
It was effing weird, but it was really funny. It was kind of funny.
Very strange.
But the thing that I liked most about it, okay, there were lots of comedians with, like, kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? They weren't being like, oh, look how funny I am. Like, they were just being comedians, you know?
Yeah.
Acting. I really liked that tone.
Uh-huh.
And it, like I said, it's lots of throwback kind of 60s, kind of Blazing Saddles kind of deal.
Right.
So I really like that.
Cool.
I watched Boy, which I've seen before, but, Taika Waititi is blowing up. So I figured I'd watch his movie.
Oh.
One of his movies. Cause he produced a movie called The Breaker Upperers, which I'm super excited to see. Hopefully it'll come out eventually because it's a New Zealand movie. It just came in Australia. But it was his movie Boy, and that's a really good movie.
Okay.
You should check it out. Yeah. Oh, and then I rewatched that Simon Pegg Lake Bell movie, but I don't remember the name of it. But I like that movie too.
The Bell movie?
Simon Pegg Lake Bell.
Oh.
Oh, I know the one you're talking about. I haven't
It's
watched.
cute.
Yeah.
And that's my list.
I can't remember what it's
You
called.
do the work.
but
Yeah, you do the work. That's our motto.
It's on Netflix, right?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, Braden, tell us about Leave No Trace.
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was very understated. I thought it was beautiful. I mean, it's a very, very peaceful film to watch in terms of what's going on. But the emotional turmoil that I thought was taking place between the father and the daughter was, I mean, it was difficult but beautiful to watch at the same time.
Right.
Because how much they love each other.
My eyes rolled so much.
Well, the extent to which they love each other, which is obvious, but also the extent to which, you know, they seem to be pulling in different directions because the father's so damaged and the
You know
daughter.
she's supposed to be 13?
Yeah. I knew she was young. I figured that
What?
the character was 15 or 16.
Huh.
But I didn't know she was supposed to be 13. Plus, it was also life affirming. I mean, every time you think, oh God, something sinister and really horrible is going to happen here. You know, the father's incapacitated and then, you know, a young girl running through the woods. And then no, I mean, everybody was just good, kind,
Good people.
generous, understanding.
Yeah.
And it was really life affirming in a sense. But, yeah, I mean, you know, it was nice to see a film that didn't take any sort of dark or sinister turns for once. And that was mostly dealing with the difficulties that can arise from love and the responsibilities that you have because you love somebody and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if that's your worst problem, then that's a good problem to have.
Yeah. I agree.
So.
Anything else that you watched last couple of weeks?
BoJack Horseman.
Of course.
Yeah.
Which I love. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
I've seen about a season and a half.
I got utterly hooked on it. I mean, the voice acting cameos are really cool to begin with. Which that, you know, I've really been enjoying that. It's fun to see the, well, not see, but I guess listen to. I mean, you are seeing, but anyhow, the voice talent that they have for the major characters, Allison Brie,
Dave Franco's wife.
Amy Sedaris, yes, I know
Also
Dave
in Little
Franco's wife.
Hours.
Amy Sedaris and Will Arnett are just, they're great.
Yeah. Will Arnett's BoJack, right?
Isn't Aaron
Yeah.
Paul still in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Aaron
do
Paul as
not
well.
like Aaron Paul.
Oh, I love Aaron Paul.
For
His
me-
character is so random, but
Yeah.
For me,
he's
it
so
goes
funny.
Aaron Paul, Ben Foster, Jamie Bell. The only one I like is Jamie Bell, but to me, they're all different versions of the same person.
I like Ben Foster.
That's good.
Ben Foster's usually hit and miss, but I really liked him in Leave No Trace.
I really liked him in Leave No Trace. I thought he was spectacular in Lone Survivor.
Yes. Yeah.
He was in
Trying to remember,
he
there's
was in
something else
Timmy's
I saw him.
movie
Oh.
that Christian Bale was also
Oh,
in for a
he's
minute.
Hostiles.
Hostiles, yeah. He was
I
really
liked
good
him
in
in that,
Hostiles.
even though I didn't like the character.
Well, the character is awful, but I mean, that's the point is... Again,
Oh, no, I mean like the type of character. It just
It didn't work for him.
It didn't work for me.
It felt
Oh,
like
you
it was
didn't-
just put in there, right?
You didn't like
Right.
the character because of his moral stand, his moral fiber.
No, he didn't-
You
no.
didn't like the character because it's just the archetype.
It's
you didn't.
exactly.
Okay, I
Exactly.
Copy and paste it in.
I see.
Right.
Copy pasta.
What?
You've never heard that before?
No.
Oh,
Copy
okay.
pasta.
Haven't heard that one in a while. Brand's
but
bringing it back.
but BoJack. I mean, I just finished watching season 4, and it's a really good series. The writing is solid. It swings back and forth between sort of absurd, satirical, farcical type stuff,
And moving.
Then episodes that are just utterly decimating and poignant. And I mean, I just watched one about BoJack's mother, which was just heart wrenching.
Yeah, I remember it having very dark moments. So, which
it
was
has them
effective.
every night. I mean, there are times that it's life affirming, and other times, BoJack just reminds me a lot of me.
Aww.
in a sense.
For anyone who didn't know, Braden is one of those people from the end of.
Braden is a horse.
Sorry to bother you. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, spoiler.
I am an equisapien.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that about brings us to the end of the show, unless y'all have anything else you want to mention.
No.
Braden goes, I am hungry.
Yeah.
I am hungry. I haven't eaten anything since 11 this morning.
Braden
And I went to the gym.
Yeah.
And I'm starved. I want to go eat something.
Yeah. Well,
Braden hungry.
you should just start saying that random times from now on.
Braden smash.
Anytime we're going on too long. Braden hungry.
Hurrah.
But so I hope you enjoyed it. And next week I have no idea what's coming out, if there is anything.
I don't know either. I mean, we're getting up into the dead period, the beginning of the summer stuff.
I thought there was something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure there'll at least be something, but we'll keep you updated on. You're getting buzzing in your...
Yeah, I was getting like
Sorry,
a buzzing.
there's a little buzzing.
I think it's your phone.
Oh yeah.
Wait, really?
Seriously, honestly,
It was.
I think it was.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I'm sorry. Chloe's phone was causing some
feedback.
Feedback.
Stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll figure it out and we'll keep you updated on Facebook and Twitter and all that. And yeah, so Brandon, thanks for coming. Always appreciate it.
Yeah.
Glad you can make it. And Chloe, as always, thanks.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And
Bye.
ta.
Ta-ta.
I love you. You gave me faith to go on. Now we're there, and we've only just begun. This will be our year. Took a long time to come. And this will be our year. Took a long time to